Rated R for Redonkulous.
Oh.
Okay.
Apparently, it says we're live.
We're live. We gotta put up the camera. We're live.
Okay, perfect. I'm just minimizing my screen some.
We like that.
Okay, so
Hey.
in case you didn't know, we are live.
We are live. Live.
Thank you. That was so eloquently said. I'm so particularly glad these people were here to hear this. So you have now entered into another episode of Redonkulous Interviews. I am one of your hosts, Tanya, the First Lady Fields, and
I'm Kevin, the co-founder, Martin.
And boy, do we have a treat for you today.
And we are Redonkulous Entertainment. Hold on, let me get to that. We are Redonkulous Entertainment. Courtney the Waxer Jackson. What's up, Courtney? Ryan, the executive producer, Ross. LeVar Cool Breeze Queen, my brother, co-founder brother. They're all my brothers with Cool Breeze. Now you're the wild card, Frazier. What's up, wild card? James, the hardest working man, Brown. He's a Tampa Bay fan. He's been a Tampa Bay fan. He just won the Super Bowl. Congratulations to him. And of course, none other than the lead artist, you put around in the third, that's composer of Redonkulous Entertainment.
That's right. Did you mention Michaela?
Michaela, the Prince Sport.
I was like, wait, we're one person.
And the youngest person, the youngest member of Redonkulous Entertainment, Michaela, Prince Foreman. Yeah, I didn't forget about you. Yo, I even said it slow. Oh, we're live.
Yes,
I said it slow.
I know. Yeah. So, I am. Can you turn your phone down? Because I'm hearing this and that too.
Gotcha.
Okay, perfect.
There we go.
So we have a special treat for you today. We have the one, the only, Mr. Rashad Malik Davis. Okay. He is an amazing illustrator, amazing author. He has some books out that you guys really need to check out called Carefree Like Me. There are 2 parts to this book, volume 1 and volume 2. And he's going to come on here in just a minute to let us know a little bit more about that, as well as where you guys can find his merchandise and social media, because after all, it is #Redonkulous Black History. So
hold on one more second.
Sure.
So co-founder drinking game. Every time I say the word, you guys want to have a drink and make it a game, you're allowed to. And every time Tanya says the word live, just throwing it out there. Drink, not drink. Okay.
I can dig your spontaneity. Like I can.
What kind of sponsor is that, right?
I
We don't
like
do
it.
drinking games.
Yes. Okay. That needs to be a thing.
That should be a thing.
#Redonkulous drinking.
Redonkulous drinking games.
I like it.
Redonkulous where?
Word.
Redonkulous Entertainment.
Yes.
Okay, we let him in.
Okay, so let's get Mr. Rashad Malik
This is gonna be a good one, guys.
in the room. Woo!
All right, there's a little bit of room already.
Okay, hold on.
Let's let him in.
Try to be hype, man.
Sure.
You're throwing up on 5 right now.
I'll get my Kiki model pose on. Okay.
So I admitted him into.
Okay.
There he goes.
There he is.
We're waiting for the picture to pop up.
Okay. Hello.
Yo. What's going on?
Not much. Good to see y'all.
Good to see you too. What's going on?
Listen. I'm like, I told you, I'm literally waiting for my match to come up. So I mean, beyond writing books, I'm also a competitive gamer. So
nice.
Nice.
What are you playing?
Mortal Kombat, actually.
Nigel the wild card, Frazier. Oh, what you saying right now?
He is a huge Mortal Kombat guy.
Huge.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh man.
Actually, I can rock in Mortal Kombat too, though.
Hey, who's your main?
Raiden's my man.
Yes.
Over right show.
Yes. I'm a Jade main, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, as soon as you said that you were also doing like a competitive online gaming tournament, Kevin's like, let's talk about it. Okay?
Let's talk about it. All right, here we go, gaming.
Just like that.
I'm always down. But thank you so much for having me, bro. This is really cool.
thank you for agreeing to be a part of this. I mean, we're just, we're trying to feature as many, entrepreneurs and creatives as we possibly can. So again, just thank you for, being a part of that journey as well.
Of course. I'm honored.
I am digging the background. Very, very cool stuff.
The background is cool.
I love it.
Okay, let's get it. Well, while you wait for the game, let's get started. So tell us your adventure. Tell everybody, our viewers, how did you get started writing, gaming, everything?
Yes.
Tell us your story. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Yes. So hello, everyone. I am Rashad Malik Davis. I'm an author. Professionally, I'm an author, illustrator, and educator.
Get it right.
Work. And then as a side hobby, I also do competitive gaming for cash, which is pretty cool. So how I got started with my writing and illustrating, I've been an artist and a creator my entire life. And, I remember one of the first drawings I ever did, it was literally a tracing of the Little Mermaid. And it looked like spaghetti thrown at the wall, but I read it from my mom. I was like, look, and she was like, you got that, baby, I love it. Knowing darn well it looked like, mush. But, she encouraged me, my family really encouraged me to pursue the arts. But to be
Shout
honest,
out to your mom.
Yeah.
At the Comic-Con that time.
Oh yeah, your mom.
But it's interesting because despite my interest in the arts and despite my passion for it, I was really afraid of pursuing it as a viable career, So in high school was when I was really at the crossroads, where many of us kind of reach that crossroads of like, what are we supposed to do with our lives now?
Right.
That we're basically going to be adults, or close to it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, at my senior year, I was speaking to my art teacher and she was like, you're going to art school, right? And I was like, nah, I'm thinking about going for anthropology. And she was like, wait. She was very confused. But, from then I realized I had this gigantic fear of pursuing the arts. So I didn't pursue it all through college as a career. And it wasn't until my senior year of college that a friend suggested me to be an artist for the Africana Center. So I ended up becoming the first Black artist to really showcase at Tufts in a space like this.
Wow,
so
cool.
Yeah, it was really, really
wow.
Cool. It was really dope. Then from there kind of snowballed, right? So a teacher of mine, she was like, hey, so I love your work. Would you mind designing my book cover? And I was like, sure, why not? Let's give it a try. And then I ended up getting selected out of hundreds of covers to be the cover for her published book that was published by Rutgers University Press. So I was like, oh, okay, so
all right,
this is a thing. Then I literally just did one of those fake it till you make it type of things. And I put on my Facebook, I said, I'm a freelance illustrator. I'm looking for work. Who's interested? Got contacted for my first book. That book ended up becoming a #1 bestseller on Amazon. Right. It was just blessing after blessing after blessing. And from there, I really decided to pursue it kind of on a full-time basis. And since then, I've written my 2 children's books, Carefree Like Me, chapter 1 and 2. They've both won awards. I've reached children across the nation and even internationally in both Kenya and Saudi Arabia. It's really, 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 really dope. And I wouldn't change it. And, my writing was pretty much the same. I wanted to create worlds. I wanted to make characters that reflected the beauty that I saw around me. And that's kind of where, the Carefree Like Me books came from, was desiring to create books that reflected the diverse, fascinating, world that I lived in. And that's kind of how I got started with everything.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a cool story. That is a cool story.
That is so dope. Just the fact that you've been able to especially connect with adults as well, but you've been able to connect with so many children.
Yeah.
And that is so, it affects so many lives. That's really dope,
Thank you, thank you. No, it's really something that I wake up every day really grateful for, because I've worked in jobs where I did it just because I needed to survive. And I did it just because I needed to pay that next bill. But ever since transitioning to be my own kind of boss, and that's not to say that I haven't struggled, I definitely have, but transitioning to be my own boss and transitioning to manifest my own dreams and connect with kids has been the most rewarding thing I could ask for.
So speak on that just a little bit more, because I know, for instance, there's a lot of people out there who want to pursue their dreams and want to be their own boss.
Yes.
But they're scared.
Yes.
They're scared afraid of rejection. They're afraid of what others might say, their friends. So
get redonkulous.
Words.
Just get it.
Yes.
Just do it. Just get it. It's just, you want to jump out of the plane? Jump.
Well, now.
I knew this one. I knew this was over the one right here.
Yo, we have been so looking forward to this interview.
I look forward to all of them.
But yeah, we've been really looking forward to this interview. But yeah, just kind of speak on that, kind of that leap of faith that you took from just, going from having a 9 to 5 and, working that,
my hand moments.
We see your hand. Yes, he's up here voguing.
I'm about to get my rap
But yeah, just kind of speak on that, just kind of taking that leap of faith and how that affects you, and just kind of how that, what that journey was like.
Yeah. So, I think, okay, so to be 1000% honest, the leap of faith was something that was so necessary. But I think kind of what's inevitable is for everybody to stumble as they take that leap of faith. And that I don't say that to discourage people, but I say that to remind people that your journey, your creative journey, your career journey, you're going to make mistakes, and that's totally fine. You're going to have moments where you want to give up, and that's totally fine. That's normal. So I just want to normalize that. But the leap of faith came from me. And again, this part of the story is going to get a little bit more personal, but the leap of faith came from me as a result of a really tough situation. So I right before I went to grad school, I was in a relationship that I didn't know was abusive until I was out of it.
Okay.
And so while I was in it, I was just kind of like, there's something's not right, but I didn't have the words for it. I had never experienced anything like that in an intimate relationship. But it wasn't until I was out of it and I realized that I was wounded, that something in my spirit was like, you have to get up, because a part of me just wanted to be like, I'm exhausted. I'm mentally, emotionally, spiritually done. But then the logical part of me, there was a part of me that was like, Rashad, if you could give your power away for 8 months to one individual, what's going to happen to your life when you give it to yourself? And so, at that point, I literally, I remember sitting there and I broke down. I was like, God, I am exhausted. I am tired. But if you use me in the way that I'm supposed to be used, because I know that this isn't it. I'm not supposed to be crying here on the floor because of a human being. And so at that point, the whole journey was really spiritual. It's kind of magical. The word SCAD popped into my head, and I'd only heard the word maybe once or twice prior to me thinking about it. But I looked it up, and it was the name of the Savannah College of Art and Design, which was which at the time was the #3 animation school in the entire U.S. So okay. I was like, right. So I was like, whoa, okay. So I was like, but you know what? I'm gonna apply. I felt guided to this. Let me do it. So I applied, and I ended up getting in. And so taking that leap of faith for me meant believing more in my journey than fearing what was at the other end of it. Because, fear is something that we all experience, but I think fear is powerful in that we can either bow to it or we can embrace it. We can say, hey, you're here, like that's cool. I'm gonna still walk forward anyway, and use that energy to move into your purpose. And that's kind of what I did.
Right.
You know, so and again, like taking the leap of faith, like it was beautiful. I got into the school, launched my business, all that good stuff. But again, I want to be honest, like when I got into establishing myself as an illustrator for the first time, I was barely making anything. Like I was right there in the food stamps line, like, hey, I need help as I build this business, because that was just my reality. But since then, like it's built momentum, and it's quickly built momentum, to the point where like now I'm having to schedule people and be like, no, I can't do that because I'm busy with this one, or can you wait until a month or two because I'm doing this one. And so that to me is like confirmation that I'm on the right path, and confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. And I just started working with a literary agent, which is so dope. And so now we're going to push my books out to the US, like to the entire US and even internationally, because their headquarters is in London. So I'm like,
Wow.
let us go.
Hey, okay. Yo, that is amazing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Right.
Yo, I didn't say that's cool. So it's so cool. You know what? Redonkulous entertainment name there. You know what? That plan. See, you respect moment. I get respect from these interviews. Well, I always had that inspiration, but it's just you make me believe we can do it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are doing it. Like that's the dope part.
We're going to even do it more. We're not going to stop either. We're even going to do more.
Yes.
More is going to come. But like your words, I don't know how else to say this. I can only be honest. Your words inspire me.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, they do. They inspire me. Like when I'm done this interview, I'm gonna talk to Tanya like, Tanya, man, let's call the guys up. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's call them up. She like, don't call them up, call everybody. Let's get to work right now. We got to get this done.
Yep.
I want 8, 9, 10, 11 comic books out by the end of the quarter.
Let's go. Right. I'm like that is a heavy workload. Y'all got that.
It won't come out like that, but we're gonna get the documentary done.
You damn right.
We're definitely gonna get our documentary done. So that's cool, man. I lost my words for a moment for a second.
I'm so excited for what the future holds for you, you know?
Because
Thank you.
So our stories are a little different. You learn through an abusive relationship and then trials and tribulations.
Right.
Just do it. I always kind of been like that all my life. So as being like that all my life, it takes time for people to learn that. So I always kind of been the outcast. Here you go with this shit. We can't do this shit. Here you go again with this imagination. Me and LeVar, well, all Redonkulous entertainment is like that. Let me be clear. But I'm talking about this me and LeVar in particular. So
yeah.
So it feels good when I hear a story when somebody be like, it hit me.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. Oh, I said fucking.
You've been cursing up a storm all this time. Like I had $1 every time.
That's the drink, guys. We're live.
We're live, yeah.
That's the drink.
Yeah.
Every time I say or live, if you guys want to have a drink, have a drink.
You said and live. Like shot. Our viewers are going to be drunk by the end of this. Like,
yeah, they're going to be drunk.
Oh, man. This was not what we intended. We need to put a disclaimer at this.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
but your inspiration, your words, your story on how it hits you just to do it. Everybody has a story, but that's a great one. Like if you wrote an autobiography, I'll be the first there to buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is an honest opinion. So
it'll be juicy.
Gotcha.
Got some tea.
So tell us about Carefree Like Me and how that came about, you know?
Yeah. So again, like my spirituality has figured into so much of my journey, and into my writing. You know, I'm never outwardly like, yes, this is about this particular kind of spiritual belief. But for me, like so Carefree Like Me came from a desire for a few things. Like the first thing was that I wanted to create a children's book for children of all colors, obviously, but I wanted to feature a Black main character as the hero. I wanted to create an adventure story. I wanted to create a fantasy story that kids could get lost in. I was a huge fantasy and magic nerd, and it figured into the book. I was very tired of seeing children's books or just media about Black people that was always about our struggle. I'm like, yes, we have struggles, but like, can we also be happy too?
Right,
Yes.
right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's more in the world life than this the struggle, right?
We have a lot of beautiful stories that can be told too, you know?
I'm like, there are so many dope stories going on that don't have to do with slavery and you know. But anyway, so I wanted to create that story. And I also wanted to incorporate my degree. So I got my degree in anthropology, and it helped me develop.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so.
Yeah.
You know what? Boy, I wish I had a drink every time I said cool.
We care about the health of our viewers who are watching this.
I'm live.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. I'm not trying to be responsible for no liver cirrhosis. So
I am. Somebody got to do it.
Okay,
but yeah, so you know,
right.
Man, where was I at?
your degree.
You got your degree. Yep.
Yes.
Right there.
Got my degree in anthropology, and you know that was entirely about studying people. That was all about culture, and how we understand ourselves within different cultures and different like contexts. So the book is about two best friends, and they both get stuck in the spirit world by mistake, and they can't get back home until they heal the emotions of 7 different supernatural heroes. So each hero, so it's kind of like a video game where they unlock one level and then they go to the next one. So each character that they meet represents a different ancient civilization. It represents a different feeling and then a different chakra in the Hindu Buddhist religious system. So as the kids are traveling through, they meet the first hero. He represents fear, and he's based on ancient Egypt. They meet the second hero, and she's a spirit based on the ancient Aztecs or the Mexica, and she is about sadness. The third one is about anger, and he's Ming Dynasty China. The fourth one is in Ireland and Celtic, and she represents love. The fifth one is in Greece, and the last one is in India, or the next last one is India, and then the last one will be based on Nigerian kind of belief systems as well. So each character is a journey, and I wanted to introduce people to these cultures and get them excited about them, because you know it's very easy to tell the same story all the time,
Right.
and so with these characters I wanted to kind of embrace the beauty of all our differences. So that's that in a nutshell is where Carefree Like Me came from.
That is dope. Oh man.
I'm not gonna say it's cool. I gotta find a new word. That's dope. That's dope.
You have adjectives. Okay.
That's very. That's rated R for Redonkulous.
Yes.
That's what that is. There it is. That's rated R. What's your inspiration like? When I always wanted to write comic books.
Yes.
I didn't always want to write comic books all my life. I don't even remember. I was a Batman fan, but you know, I know the start was 6. Yeah. So I always wanted to make comic books, but I guess Batman, Spider-Man, that inspired me. That world of Captain America, that world of action and fiction and drama, but with action surrounding it, always put me. Like I'm a big action guy.
Yes.
We all make comic books. I'm the action part of the comic books though. We might know.
You're definitely live.
We live.
And big and in your face. So,
Donald's entertainment is big in your face.
Yeah,
but so that inspired me. And then Ty, she's big on music. You had inspirations for your music.
Oh gosh, my inspirations came from everywhere in terms of music. I can go on a whole rant when it comes to that. But yeah.
Same. I'm with you.
Right, you're a music guy too. We're all music people, you guys. But what you broke down different places and different gods from different realms and different part and unity. Like how did that inspire you?
Mhm.
What's your biggest inspiration? I want to know.
So I would say that my biggest inspiration really is people. Like I am fascinated by how different we all are, how we understand the world around us. Like the ways that we make sense of the world is fascinating to me. So, for example, my main characters are inspired by both me and my best friend of 21 years. So
Nice.
Amir, like me, he's very outgoing, he's very sunshiny, he's very, that's very him. So I figure into that character. My best friend Nina, she's very logical, she's very type A, she thinks with her head, but she has she has a very soft center too, just like my friend in real life. So I'm constantly pulling from the people around me, to give life and to make my characters authentic, because that's the most important to me, is to make my characters feel real, because people can pick that out in a minute.
Right. And I love the fact that you used what you learned from majoring in anthropology. That's
Yes.
a huge influence in your books as well.
Yes.
It just adds to making your voice different and kind of having your material stand out,
Exactly. Thank you. No, it always comes back to anthropology in my books. Like I lived in China for 4 months to study while I was in college, and it was super dope. And as a result, like I got a chance to experience that culture, and now I'm going to put that in my next book, because that's just like the smell of it, how it felt to walk around, how the people were, is going to figure all into the book. So it's exciting.
Man.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, viewers,
Gotta say.
if you're drunk already at this point,
no, you don't get.
Redonkulous Entertainment is not responsible for. I'm sorry.
Right. It's not my fault.
That's cool. So these interviews that we've been having for the whole month of February, everybody's story is cool, but yours, I don't know why I can't. I'm only speaking from my personal because I can't put my finger on it. It's just okay. So like, let's go back to Rick's story. We go back with Rick 25 years. He's a friend. Okay, so it was just two friends getting together talking. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It feels like with you though. We always don't go far as back as me and Ricky. It would be Kiki. We go back a little bit longer. Eric Cooper, etc. I think so for all the interviews, we have the least history between us. Entertainment and Rashad Malik.
Yeah.
But the day I met you last February, it felt you instantly click with Redonkulous Entertainment.
Almost. I'm trying to remember exactly the date of Nerd Fest, but it was
the 12th.
Was it?
Right. It was February 12th, right?
I remember it being kind of not. It wasn't cold, but it was chilly. So I'm assuming it was around then.
Yeah.
So I'm about to say it's been almost exactly a year to the day. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
But see, that's what I'm talking. You just fit. I guess it's the way you read people, but you just the culture of Redonkulous. It's the R's. Your name is Malik, like my son is gonna be 2 on your birthday.
Right.
Another Malik.
It just fits. It really does.
That's
why I knew this interview right here. I keep saying that. I knew this interview right here. This was gonna it just fits. Like usually interviews, I come prepared with something to say. I was like, I got nothing. Just
let it flow.
This is gonna be the most natural, raw interview of them all. And I knew this would be right.
No, I love it, and that is such a real that is such a real and important thing is energy, and every time I haven't listened to myself about a person's energy or about a situation, it inevitably didn't work out, or inevitably just wasn't right. But again, with you guys, I'm very about positivity. I have no time for people, drama and whatever else they have going on. I'm very much like, who is about that positive energy and is making change. And when y'all were like going around the entire space, being like,
going around. We're talking this entertainment. Do go around. If you ever been around, you know we make our rounds.
That means we're very live.
Live.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's really beautiful. So the feeling's mutual, y'all.
Thank you. That's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What would you say is like your creative process?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Thank you much.
That is.
Thank you. I try.
That's it is.
So creative process. It really depends on what I'm working on. So, for my writing, actually, it's pretty much the same for both things. So I'm a very go with the flow type of creator. A lot of people have to plan first and then go. For me, I'm like whatever again, I'm a feeler, so I'm like whatever feels right is how I create.
It's making sense.
I'm
sorry to make you.
Oh no, you're okay. So I start just by sitting at my desk and going, okay, boom, throwing it at the page. And just letting my brain melt onto the page, whatever it's gonna be. And then from there, I can hack at things, I can refine things, I can fix it up. And like a lot of people ask me, how do you create your children's books? Or like, what do you start with first? Is it the chicken or the egg? Right? It's like is it the story or the character? And for me, it's always the chicken. I always start with the character.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's something about drawing a character and then seeing them alive in front of you.
Yes, it is.
That really is. Like there's just something.
I know. I just be clear. I know. I feel you. My God.
Yeah.
It's like your baby. Wow. You created right.
Exactly.
This came from this.
Exactly. It's insane, and it's cool that you have the same process too.
Yeah.
Well, it's different because we're a team of 9. I'm a very go.
Right.
Type person. Yeah. Some people be like, well, we have to sit here and talk about the day we're going to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's me.
Yep. She talks about the day that we're going to talk about today. I'm like, this is the day. It's right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it.
Right.
Let's go.
And why? Because he's very live.
Live.
Listen, I love the liveness, and I think it's so important to have that balance, right? Like, you need people who are like go, because if you don't have people like that, a project doesn't get done. But then you also need the people who are like, okay, like, well, let's go, but also let's.
But also, wait a minute. When are we going? Like, where are we going to?
He's like the go person. I'm like, wait. Let's think about this.
Actually, it's funny you say that because Ty would say that. I'd be like, all right, we're going to do this right now. She'd be like, but what are you talking about?
Right.
I'm like, we're going to make a character and he's going to do something right now.
Everybody's like, oh, okay, it's important.
And then there are moments where that reverses, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And he's like, wait, what?
And
slow down. Explain this to me like I'm a kindergarten.
And this conversation right now is the perfect time to mention Ryan executive producer Ross. Because if you think I'm go, Ryan executive producer Ross like right now. Go. Do it.
There's somebody more intense. That's crazy.
Ryan executive producer Ross. Yeah. I'm bipolar sometimes. Sometimes like whatever. I'm always whatever. Do it.
Right.
He's doing it right now.
Not just do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Right now.
Yo.
You feel about writing the comic book? It's done.
Done. Boom. Like, okay.
Wait.
Look, you like, wait, I'm about to do it. What? I'm doing it.
I love it.
There's definitely a mixture of personalities in the Redonkulous entertainment.
Yeah, because the coolest one though, I'm letting out secrets on live. The coolest one is Nigel Wildcard Frazier. He was like, all right, well, we're gonna do it. Okay. You want to do it done by tomorrow? We'll get it done when it's done.
Literally, he's the only person in the group that has a tagline. I do what I want. That's tagline.
We're
You
not,
can't make this up. Okay?
and he do what he wants.
He really does.
He'd be like, yeah, I need this done by tonight. And you'd be like, okay. 4 weeks later, I got it done.
Yeah. He do what he wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, okay. Or he's not that slow. Wait, this is not. I'm like, yeah, Nigel, I will me and him will talk about a thing, and then the thing will be done next day. Like, I thought we wasn't even done talking about the thing.
He do what he wants. It all comes back down to that.
Which is nuts. I'm like, how do y'all get like that? That is so much energy that you have to put out. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's a lot of energy you gotta put out. All the time, nonstop.
It's true. So let's see. Just in terms of now, first of all, how long have you been particularly into art as far as like drawing? How long have you been into that for?
Damn,
yeah.
Thanks.
I love it. So I mean, it's a question. I mean, not a question. It's a thing that I've done my entire life. Like it's something that, well, both writing and drawing. You know, like I remember when I was young, Ooh. Well,
don't get her started.
Me. Woosah. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But when I was younger, you know, I remember sitting at my mother's job, and she would work.
Josh is crazy. I'm sorry. My brother's commenting. Josh's assistant Queen. He was on the Heartbreak Hotel video on YouTube with us, and he's commenting, and he see me drink the Red Bull, so he said hashtag Red Bull.
Yes. A hashtag gives you.
Josh, I'm trying to do an interview. Stop the class.
See, we're encouraging y'all to take shots. We are drinking Red Bull.
Yeah.
Energy.
Thank you.
Where was I? Oh yeah. So I used to, you know, go with my mother to work. And as she would work for hours, I would just sit there and draw. And it's just been something that I've always done. It's always been a part of me, a part of my life. And it's definitely something that I want to continue, you know, until until my hands give out or whatever. And even then, you know, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way.
See, what's really cool, I keep saying it's cool, is because to be able to draw and write.
Yeah.
Remember, we're doing the team. We have a team of people to do stuff.
Yeah.
So to be able to do both, illustrate, you're a one-man business. I know, you know what I mean? That's wow. You know what I mean?
Thank you. No, it's something that I'm really grateful for, because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people will hire out for either one, but for me, not only is it fun, it also helps me save money, because I'm like, I ain't got money like that to be hiring a whole bunch of people to do a whole bunch of things. So if I can just do it myself, you know, like, why not?
And you are, you can, and wow, that's crazy. that could not go underrated. I mean, some people write, some people draw, some people write, and you write and draw.
You do it all.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
You do it all.
Thank you.
That's cool. The way you develop a universe in your head, because that's what you're developing, a universe in your own head, and be able to illustrate it, to bring it to life. Everything's done by you. It's like mind, body, and soul connects to make your own world, and
it's mind blowing.
That is, like, yeah,
man.
Thank you. I mean, sorry. Continue.
No, I was just gonna give you more praise. You're like, carry on, then carry on.
No, please.
It's something to read a book and to know that has all come from the imagination of one person. Just in terms of the words and the story and the characters and the artwork. My God. You know, that's all come from one person. That's pretty
color,
the coloring, the inking, all the layout, all of that.
We make books, so we know every detail matters to everything. Right. So inking, printing, words.
Yes.
Yeah. You probably edit your own stuff.
Oh yeah, no, and I well, For my editing process, I hand that off to other people because
Okay.
I'm a big picture person. I'm not a person
Okay.
who's designed for details
Yep.
naturally. So,
Gotcha.
you know, for editing, I always pass it off to writer friends. I'm like, here, you tell me where it's a hot mess, and then
Give him what's the name?
of my editor friends.
Yeah.
Give some
Oh
shout
yeah,
out.
Get some shout outs.
yeah. So my friend Nina, she's my best friend. She's an incredible editor.
Nina. Hey, Nina.
Hey, Nina.
Hey, right,
You will
right.
see this interview. If you're not watching now, you're gonna see it.
Yes. So she's an incredible writer.
Okay.
For my artwork, I tend to show that to everybody. You know, that's something that I always want critical feedback on. And I always like to show it to non-artists too, because I'm like, for some reason, non-artists can pick up on things a lot more quickly, just in my experience, about what's wrong and how to kind of adjust it. So I like going to everybody really for my art stuff. But then, you know, when I'm creating a book, I also work with my publisher, Mascot Books. So, you know, they'll let me know where things can be tightened up and, you know, how you can improve it. So, you know, I've got a whole team of folks. It's dope.
Okay,
Nice.
that is, yep, okay, yeah. But it's still all by you still. I mean, you're the master. That's
the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah, no, yeah. That is dope. That's cool. That's cool. I'm like a kid. I'm all excited.
By the end of this interview, my head's gonna be like, ooh.
It should be. And then you just go ahead and do what you do. Put pen to paper.
I always ask a lot of questions about, you know, creative process and things. I'm always interested in finding out about that. But what would you say drives you? What motivates you to be better?
So I think one of the primary things that motivates me is just in terms of creating is always wanting to create stories about people who share my experience. Because growing up, I didn't. It was twofold. Like I didn't see any creatives who were Black creating stories. Like I just didn't see that in my regular life, so I didn't think it was possible. But then on top of that, I didn't see any gay artists. Like I didn't see any creatives who were in the LGBTQ plus community and creating stories that told our story. So, you know, for me, when I'm creating, I'm always imagining the little kid or the teenager or the person who feels isolated in their experience, like I was, because, you know, it's one thing to be Black, but it's like another thing to tack on gay and like have, you know, have your identity be one where you don't feel always comfortable within the Black community because, you know, there are people who discriminate against you, and then you go out into other communities and then they hate you because you're Black, and it's like, well, you know,
Can't win.
Exactly. It's like, where can I feel comfortable? So for me, the way that I escaped was in books. And I want to create books for kids who not only look like me, but share my experience in some way. You know, I'll never forget, I wrote, you know, I shared Carefree Like Me with one customer, and her son is half Black, half white, and has, you know, a big afro. And, you know, I think she told me this was the first time that her son had ever said this to him. I mean, first time that her son had ever said this to her. As they were reading, he looked up and he said, "Mommy, he looks like me." And that was like, oh my God. You know,
the feels.
like all the feels, you know. It's like I was like, oh my God. But to have that moment was powerful, because I realized that one of the goals that I had set out to accomplish was being accomplished. And I was reaching a kid who for the first time saw himself in a book. So that was really dope.
That is wow. See, that's cool. It's cool.
Yo, the work you're doing is powerful.
You touched on the subject that, again, is why I like talking to you. Some things I can't relate to. You know, me, a Black man, I definitely can relate to. Right. But I don't feel discriminated against. I'm a heterosexual man, you know, and everything. Especially not in my neighborhood. I grew up with my peoples. All my peoples knew me, and in my world, in Redonkulous world, you know what I mean? I'm Big Brother. Yeah,
Right.
so I'm accepted. So I
Right.
don't know how it feels to not be accepted almost in your own community. Then I do know how the outside world goes. So I know that a lot.
Exactly.
So I never ever thought. See, this is why I talk to you. I would never have thought about almost a double-sided, triple hide who you are, hide who you are, and hide who you are. You're hiding who you are so much. Like that's wow.
Yeah.
That's so again differences. I was always kind of arrogant. I always say that, but I mean driven. That's the word I should use. I was always driven because I was always accepted.
Yes.
For you to overcome that,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like for you to overcome not being accepted, to realize I am who I am, which you are, which is great.
Right.
Yeah. And to do all this, that's even that is dope. That really is.
That's powerful. Like if you can even just help one person feel more comfortable in their own skin.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. That is really, 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 really cool.
Yeah,
man. It is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, you're strong, man. Trust me, you're strong. People tell me I'm strong. I know you're strong. He's rated R.
Rated R for Redonkulous.
Yes, I will gladly take that rated R. Yeah, no, I mean, for a long time, I didn't feel, for a long time, I just didn't feel okay with me because there were so many things in my environment that were like, you know, being gay is wrong. And I was like, well, shit, okay, I guess I'll try not to be gay. And then I would go out into the world and then meet people who were different from me racially, and they would be like, I don't like your blackness anyway. And I was like, well, you know, like where can I feel comfortable? And again, like I'm just so excited because I'm working on a graphic novel piece, and you guys actually saw one of the characters from the graphic novel. So I don't know if you remember, but I showed you, she was a Black woman. She had like, she was Egyptian inspired. She had the lion skull on her.
I do remember. Yep. I remember it.
She's from the graphic novel. And you know, I am so hyped for this story, y'all. Like it's gonna be everything because it combines all of my interests. It's for young adults. It's fantasy. It's magic. It's Africa. It has queer themes. It has so many things that I just wished I had seen and felt normal about when I was a kid. So, you know, get ready. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Gotcha.
It's magic monsters and all that good stuff.
Ooh-wee. I had seen a post of yours where, and I'm completely paraphrasing here, so correct me if I'm wrong, where it was I believe a review that you got, maybe, I don't know if it was from your publisher, but it was basically, it affected you a great deal. Recently, someone told you to tone down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Right.
So
yeah.
I think that's and again, I'm completely paraphrasing, but I think that's an important story to tell. For, you know, and just kind of how you overcame that, your mindset and overcoming that. Especially for those who are out there who are making, you know, trying to make it in this industry and such. So speak on that just a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. So
thank you.
Good cookie. Good question cookies today.
Right.
Wow.
You're damn right.
Wow. If you guys didn't know, Redonkulous Entertainment is live.
Yes. No, I love y'all. Y'all are so dope. But yeah, so you know, I was contacted by a friend of mine, you know, an older family friend, and he has connections in China. And so, you know, he was like, hey, I would be interested in trying to get your book published in China. And so I was like, oh, that's dope. Like I would love to reach an international market. I'm like, let me see if I can speak with my agent and see what kind of international rights, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, speaking with him, he got back to me eventually, and he was like, hey, so I spoke to I spoke to the publisher, and I was like, it's about to be something stupid. So he was like, yeah, so, you know, speaking with the publisher, they think your work is phenomenal. They think that your drawings are incredible, but they asked if you could tone down the blackness. And I was like,
oh,
Like in so many words, that's what he said. He was like,
Okay.
He didn't say that outright, but basically that's what he said. He was like, it's great to see the African American culture, but the aesthetic for foreign media coming into China is white. And they just feel that your books won't get picked up because that people won't buy your books because you have a Black main character. He was like, if you could just tone it down. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, so there's two Black characters. One is Amir. One is his father. His father appears for maybe like 2 pages. The other is a fair-skinned girl with green eyes. I'm like, there's no Blackness to tone down. You just don't want somebody Black, period. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to get too into it, but I was deeply offended and deeply hurt because I was like, it felt like when I was a kid all over again. It's like you want aspects of Black people, like you want our music, you want our culture, you want our bodies, you want all of us except us. And so I was heartbroken by that because I knew it was the truth, but to have it confirmed so blatantly, I was like, damn, that's not the case with all Chinese publishers. I don't want to just throw China under the bus, but it definitely was the case with me. And so it was rough, but I took that momentum and I was like, I'll make it even Blacker. So
there you go. You don't know what he's messing with. I was waiting for you to say that. Yeah. What you mean?
I'm like, by the time I'm done, everybody's gonna be wearing dashikis.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get into China without you.
Exactly.
Word, tone down. Get them.
Right. That was my initial, like, on the phone I had to be polite because I don't believe in burning bridges. Even if I'm offended, I'm just like, that can be a conversation
live.
Right. I love it. But I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me just calm down. And I was like, thank you for the opportunity. And then I vented as soon as I got off the phone, but it was a messed up situation. But I think it's one of those things where to be a Black creative means that you're gonna have the door slammed in your face sometimes if you want to tell Black stories, and that's just the reality, unfortunately. But for every no, there's gonna be 3 yeses. So don't stop creating your stories as they are.
Never.
I love how you professionally put it. Basically you said, you got me fucked up. Excuse my French.
See,
that's a professional.
See, so in our life, we make comic books, we run into people, but we're going to do it our way anyway. So exactly. Whoever says what, it doesn't matter. They'll find a way.
Right.
But I can't imagine ever being in that situation. Now, we met people. I just don't know how I would act. Right. Just your story made me mad.
My fist was balled up.
Just now, like, what do you mean? What? No, right? What? No, don't change nothing. No,
exactly. I'm literally telling a story showcasing the entire globe, and you're upset. You're upset because the hero is dark skinned and is a boy and is Black, and I'm like, wow, I'm over it. Next.
That's insane. That's insane. But that happens, I guess. That happens. Yeah.
So,
unfortunately,
on a lighter note,
yes. Well, that was a good note. I mean,
it was.
You get around you get a round of applause, man. That takes some type of balls to do that, though, because that's big, China. That is, just for people that don't know, that's big. That's a big move. He didn't sell his soul. He didn't sell his character. It's big to be who he stuck to who he was. That's big. That cannot.
Thank you. No, I refuse, and I'm inspired by so many Black artists who just refuse to sell out and create stories that just weren't true to their experience.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching an interview in particular. It was Max. It was God, the guy from Living Single.
Kratos.
Maxine.
No, Living Single.
Kratos. The
Oh, he was the voice.
it was Kratos from God of War.
I'm sorry.
I'm forgetting his
P.C.
name.
Carson.
Maybe he was a dark skinned one.
Yeah.
He's Kratos from God of War.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that Kratos?
That's Kratos' voice. Yeah.
You're right.
That's the voice. That's Kratos. You're a gamer. That's Kratos.
Get out of here. What the heck?
Yeah. Not the new God of War, but God of War before the new God of War on down.
I forgot that dude. He does voices too.
Yeah, he's the voice of Kratos.
That is correct. Wow. Okay. So
that's the manliest voice of all time.
Yeah. Oh, right. The manliest. I'm like,
you don't get more manlier than Kratos.
His name was Kyle on Living Single.
Yes, Kyle.
Okay. So we know that Kyle from Living Single, who also was on the movie When You Die, Final Destination.
He was in. Oh, what didn't this man do? Dang.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Wait, I lost.
But he was watching a show with him.
Okay.
Yes. I was watching.
Oh, well, I think you're playing Mortal Kombat. What's going on?
I am. And
it was commentary. What's happening?
I am so sorry, y'all. This is
breaking
so
news
tacky.
Right now. Go.
This
What's
is
happening?
so tacky.
No.
But I was in the middle of watching this interview with.
No, I want to hear about Mortal Kombat now. It's Mortal Kombat time.
So I'm literally fighting a Scorpion player right now, and it is awful, and I hate it. But I'm close to winning, so I'm close.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna go to a commercial break while you do this real quick. Even though we live, we're gonna go.
Oh man!
All right, that's what we're doing now. All right.
Anyway, so
okay.
Chatting with him, I mean not chatting with him, but looking at the interview, he said that the reason why he basically was ousted out of Hollywood was because he just wouldn't sell his soul. He was constantly calling out producers. He was constantly calling out creatives around him who were white or just were not Black, and calling them to task. He was like, I have a responsibility as a Black creator. He was like, I feel an immense responsibility and an immense pressure to tell our stories in a way that's respectful to our experience, but is also engaging. And that gave me all the respect that that I had for this man. I was like, wow, like you are not sacrificing your story for anybody, and that inspires me, because I'm like, man, to
right.
I'm not making anywhere near as much money as he is, and for him to say no and to preserve his dignity, I'm like, yeah, that's real.
And he's Kratos.
And he's Kratos, right? And then he got Kratos, which is dope.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to be Kratos.
Oh yeah, no, seriously, I want to be Kratos, bald white dude, I'll take it.
He's wait, for those who know, Kratos isn't white, he's Black. He's just got the ashes all over his skin.
Right, he's
so he ashy.
He's not white, he's just ashy.
That's real ashy.
He's ashy, that's what it is.
That is hilarious.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Wow. I know. I got one more question.
No, listen, you're on it today.
Well,
like,
thank you.
Why you are?
You so
okay.
So
this is amazing.
I know that, and I want other people who are watching this to know that not only are you an author, you're an illustrator, you're a creator.
Yes.
But you're an award-winning author, illustrator, and creator. Okay, like that needs to be said. It needs to get out there. So tell the folks who are watching about that award that you received, what that was about.
Sure.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Hold on, wait, I'm gonna buckle up because every time you tell the story, it's cool.
I mean, this part of the story is gonna sound real bougie, but
okay. This is
I was actually in so when I applied for the award, it's called the Best Indie Book Award for independent authors and creators, and they have a whole bunch of different categories. Children's was one of them, and I applied kind of at the last minute. Actually, it was the last minute, so I had to calculate and get the time zones right because I was with my mom in Saudi Arabia because I was in Dubai I was with her on a business trip. I was with her.
Time out. Did I tell you this trip is gonna be cool? Then I say it was gonna be cool. I said I can't wait. This story is gonna be cool. Man. And he just told me that he was in one, if not the richest city in the world. Right. What? Who says that? Oh, I was in one of them really rich countries. That's not America. It's a lot of rich people.
Don't mind me. Pinkies up. No, I mean, my mother, she works for an international travel company. And for a business trip that you know, she's a brilliant, powerful woman, and they flew her out to Dubai to work. And she was like, "Baby, you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah." What kind of question is that?
That's your mom voice. The baby, you want to come?
That's mom voice. Yeah.
That is the mom voice.
The generic black mom voice. But you know, she invited me along, and I took a look at the website, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I realized the way that the time zones were. I had maybe 30 minutes to apply. And I was like, oh shit, let me do this now, because they were basing it off of West Coast time, I believe. And so, you know, I applied, and I didn't think I would really hear anything back. I was like, oh, you know, this is cool. I'm applying. We'll see. I get an email while I'm driving. I didn't check it while I was driving, but I did check it at the stoplight. So I took a look at my phone, and I was like, I flipped out. They told me that I won for the children's category. And then for the second book, they actually wrote to me and they said, hey, you know, we recommend applying again. You know, that you pay a small fee, but then, you know, you get nominated. And so I applied again for the second one because they had just opened up the Illustrator Award. And I ended up winning that one along with somebody else, which was really dope. So, you know.
That's cool.
That is.
All dope stuff.
So we got an award. We just won an award.
Yes.
I know what the award is. I want time to say it.
So on February 27th, we are going to be receiving a Tri-State Black History Award here in our hometown of Atlantic City. So we are
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is, y'all deserve it. Like y'all make amazing content, and y'all consistently make amazing content. And that's always the toughest part, in my opinion, is consistently doing it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I don't have no questions, but it's almost more of a statement. So here's I guess it is a question. This one. So you traveled the world, you conquered the hardest thing in the world to conquer, yourself. You know who you are. Yeah.
that is very real.
That is real. Conquering yourself is hard. You got awards, you're doing it. What's next? What's next? There it is. You know the question. Every time this question, what's next? I want everything, as much as you can divulge.
So I can't spill the beans too much.
Okay. Graphic novel.
But it's gonna be lit. So I'm working on the graphic novel now for young adults, and I'm also working on what else? I'm working on book 3 of my children's book series, and what else? And really at this point, I want to move into animation. I went to school for it. I studied it. I'm not an animator. I've animated and it's been fun, but I really don't have the patience.
Yeah, you gotta. That is a thing of patience, right?
Like I just really don't have the patience. To sit there and make a character move all the time. Like that is a lot of work. It is a lot of brain power. It's not only artistic, but it's technical. Like you have to be thinking about physics and atmosphere and all this stuff. So no, I don't think so. That
gotcha.
My goal is really to push my work into the animated realm.
Gotcha.
That's a comment that I get often, is like, this really should be animated. I'm like, I know.
But people, so I wouldn't say that. I don't think the first way Phil's would say it either, because we know what that requires.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, we'll get there. Just hold on. Enjoy what I have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it feels like.
That's definitely something that we can relate. You're like,
A lot
we'll
of-
get there. Wait a minute.
Seeing a lot of detail
yeah,
is an understatement. Like
yeah.
angles and things. And just so.
Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat.
I love that statement.
So, excuse me.
No, you go ahead.
So, August 8th, Redonkulous Boat Ride Part 2. We invited you to 2 or 3 of our events now. And
yes, and I've been, because I live with somebody vulnerable, I'm always afraid to come out to events. I really, really want to. I'm just always so nervous about it, you know, but I really want to, but continue.
It's August. It's the summertime. It's hot weather. Okay, yes. Right. It's August. It's hot weather. It's outside. It's a boat ride.
Boat ride.
I'm inviting you now.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
You are invited. I invite everybody that we're interviewing. That's reviewing. Yeah. That's Redonkulous Reviews is coming soon too. Actually, we can review his book.
I'm with it.
We're gonna live review the book. That would be great.
Good idea. Yeah, I like it.
We do know something about making books.
A little bit.
Just because you know, the Redonkulous Entertainment has 6 of them out. 6.
There you go.
Get their books, y'all. If you haven't, get their books.
So let our viewers know where you're located at, like your website, your social media links, all that fun stuff.
Yes. So on social media, you can find me on Instagram. I'm on what else? Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Twitter I don't use as much, but I definitely still have it.
I'm Twitter-ish.
Yeah.
Twitter-ish. So on my Instagram, it's basically the same everywhere. So it's Rashad Malik Illustrations. That is RAMALIK_illustrations. And then my website is the exact same thing. So it's can't even spell my own name because I'm about to lose a scorpion. I won.
Oh, you scored it. You did it. Yes. While getting this information.
My brain is like on some other stuff right now. But
multitask.
That's multitask.
Doing too much. So my website is www.rashadmalikillustrations.com. RAMALIK illustrations.com. I'm not playing. I'm taking a break. My Twitter is Rashad M. Davis, and you can purchase my books there on my website. So again, www.rashadmalikillustrations.com. It's always better to buy directly from my website for me, just because I receive all of the profits. And that way I can also sign it for you, and you also get a discount. So normally my 2 books are priced at about $34 retail. But if you buy both, it's $27. And then plus shipping, of course. But
okay, so if Redonkulous Entertainment, which we'll do, if Redonkulous Entertainment buy book, can we have it signed?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Can we get a picture of what you're saying is going to Redonkulous Entertainment?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Anything that you all order, I can definitely sign, and I got you. And that goes to everybody in the chat listening.
Cool. One of the people who's in the chat, actually, shout out to Josh, the assistant queen. He said, "Finish him,
brother.
Finish him. Yes.
Finish him.
I'm literally on my last match right now, so pray for me, y'all."
Okay.
Okay, we go. He's on his last match, Josh. We're gonna stay a little live until this match is over. Unfortunately,
no. I love it. I'm all about the brain power. Let's use it.
I'm about to say we're rooting for you. So while he's doing his match right now, go and get shout outs.
Shout outs. Okay. So shout out to those who are watching and commenting. Josh, the assistant queen, Shavana Morris, who is who is our top fan, actually.
Shavana.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. You, Shavana Morris. I know you.
Shout out to the members of Redonkulous Entertainment as well. I have my handy dandy list here because there are so many of us.
I don't need a list.
The live.
I don't need a list.
The lies you tell. It is hard remembering the names of 9 people and to get all of them in at once.
I'm like, what the hell? How do you manage?
A list.
Don't show it.
That'll do it.
Can you say their name?
Okay, fine.
You know, they probably like, yeah, Redonkulous Entertainment. What's the name?
Okay, so shout out to Courtney the Watcher Jackson.
Love you, Courtney.
Shout out to Ryan, the executive producer, Ross.
Shout
out to LeVar, Cool Breeze Queen.
Brother.
Shout out to Nigel, the wild card Frazier.
Wild card. You do whatever you want. What up, man?
Shout out to Michaela, the apprentice foreman.
Hey.
Shout out to James, the hardest working man, Brown.
Congratulations.
And shout out to Ephraim, the lead artist, Arana.
Thinking of him. So next month is Maven Arrow Shot. He won!
I won! He won! Yes! Nice.
I'm a bad. Hey.
There you go.
He won while doing an interview.
Master multitasker, boy, I tell you.
Listen, and answering questions.
Nerd.
We have some new artwork coming out on our social media next month, Maven Arrow Shot March. That's all I want to say. And the lead artist, he's doing it, man. This artwork right here that he has for you. Oh man,
I'm hyped.
Oh man, I can't wait. I cannot. Oh man,
man.
It's some amazing artwork. So check that out. You know how we do. It's gonna be all over Instagram and Facebook, and that's it right there. Yeah. Oh, and YouTube. Yeah. You cannot forget about YouTube. So that's what I had to say about lead artists. Okay.
So now, is there any closing remarks? Anything that you have to encourage our viewers? Anything that you want our viewers to know?
For sure. So, well, the first thing I want to say is thank you so much for giving me a platform and for allowing me to share my story and being open to it. You know, it's always very scary to be vulnerable and say like, this is who I am. So I appreciate y'all.
It seemed easy for you, man. You know who you are. It's time for the world to know who you are.
That's right.
And I'm just glad to know ahead of time. You know,
yeah.
Share.
Hey, yes. We gonna be at the Golden Globes together. We there.
Yeah. Actually, I'm real sophisticated. Like, yes, I am here.
Exactly.
I'm me.
There you go. Okay.
But I would say as far as advice for folks, I would say always show up as yourself. And I know that that's a difficult thing. But when you show up as yourself, you give permission for other people to do the same. You know, I know that, like, for example, doing this interview is like saying I'm gay is like it still scares me because of what I went through as a kid. But you know, if there's somebody watching who is nervous about who they are or doesn't feel confident in who they are, I'm like, I hope that me being who I am allows you to do the same. So in all spaces and in all things, you know, be yourself, be your authentic self. The next thing I would say is I'm a very, you know, seat of your pants, plan that way type of person. But think about what it is that you want to do, and how you'll get from point A to point B. I think it's important to have a plan, and to have like a loose. I know I hate it too. I hate plans.
Yes, maybe.
Just
jump.
Right, just jump. But in hindsight, you need both. Like you need the fire, that fire energy to move forward, but you also need the structure so that you don't fall into a pit.
It's true.
Yeah, I think when I was talking to the team, I've been within the pit.
Love it. But I would say those are my two main things is plan as much as you can. You know, life is gonna throw you what it's gonna throw you, but plan as much as you can. And yeah, be your authentic self, and allow yourself to do that, even if it's scary, because it will be sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes the things that you find the scariest are probably some of the things you may need to lean into more, actually.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. definitely need to lean into it. So, you know, I would say those are my 2 pieces of 29-year-old wisdom.
Okay,
that's good
okay
wisdom.
now.
Or you can take the co-founder approach, my approach. Just do it, man. Just close your eyes and jump.
So what y'all didn't know is that just do it as a co-founder saying. Nike has nothing to do with it at all whatsoever. Just a co-founder.
Just do it.
I don't know nothing about that.
Spirit does not assist, Josh.
So
see, like, okay, I knew this was gonna happen. Like, this is rated R.
Yes, it is.
For Redonkulous.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
So I personally want to thank you for just lighting this interview up and bringing your positive energy and bringing your brand and just agreeing to be a part of this, because this has been hella fun.
Likewise. I literally fatality'd somebody while we were talking.
He finished them.
Man. Nice.
We're going to do this again.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do this again. We definitely are. I can't even wait. I already asked about the boat ride, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That was it for me then. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, we look forward to what is to come from you, the things that you're going to be coming out, and the great things that you're going to be doing, and just seeing all the lives that you're going to be influencing with your work. That's pretty special, you know.
Thank you so much, and likewise. We both in there.
Yeah, man.
We're all in there. Okay, so I'm Kevin, the co-founder Martin.
I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
And I'm Rashad Malik Davis.
Yes.
And hold on. And who are we?
Ari.
He was like, okay. So Redonkulous Entertainment.
I missed my cue. Sorry, y'all.
If you guys didn't do it, check out Redonkulous trailers on YouTube right now. It's the theatrical trailer to start at 6. That's really cool to watch. It's on YouTube right now. Check out all our YouTube content. We got the Redonkulous Year 2020. We have a lot.
Blood Moon musical remake.
We have our music videos that are
so
Destiny. It's really good content. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Check out on February 26th. We're actually doing Redonkulous trailers based on Redonkulous Entertainment. We get a little bit more inside of what each member do to bring to a comic book and to the business aspect, because we make comic books, but we're our business too.
Yes.
And everybody do something, all 9 of us. So that's gonna be really and we celebrating Redonkulous Black History.
Yes, hashtag Redonkulous Black History. If you click on that hashtag on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see all the content and things that we've done this month so far. And we have so much more, only at the 11th day of the month. So we have a lot more to come.
Yes. And okay, so also on Sundays in February, we're gonna have a special post on this interview. So it's gonna be on Instagram. Is that okay with you?
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely down for it.
Yeah, and we're gonna put it on YouTube too.
Yes, it's
gotta
be
okay. So on Sundays you're gonna have the interview recap. We're gonna come up with a name. Pay attention to social media. Name will be there.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Cool. Did I get everything?
I think so. We mentioned everyone.
Saturday at 1 p.m. This Saturday, we're actually going to do a interview with the Bitten Apple.
Yes, we are. Yes. The Bitten Apple, they are a group that they travel to different Comic-Cons. They like to feature different artists, different creators in the area. So we're really super excited to be talking with them. We actually met them at a Comic-Con that we did, I guess, 4 years ago now? Something like that. Yeah, it's true.
I remember every single one of them.
But we met them at a Comic-Con, and so they invited us to be a part of their Facebook Live event they do every Saturday, which we're going to be on this Saturday at 1 p.m.
So you can check us out there.
Yes.
And that's it. Okay, that's it for real.
Okay, well, this has been an amazing interview. It has been another episode of Redonkulously, Redonkulous Interviews, and be sure to tune in. Let's see, the next week we have
Tuesday.
Sean Rock.
Sean Rock, rapper. I was trying to say a whole lot of cool words. Rapper, musician, writer, hip hop artist. I was trying to be all cool.
Lyricist.
Yeah.
Everything.
So
we'll have him Tuesdays. Rashad Sharma. We'll see you on Tuesday.
yeah.
February 19th. Oh, wait, the 18th. Never mind. I shouldn't have told the 18th yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. We'll get to that.
Stay tuned for the 18th.
Yes. There's something interesting coming up February 18th. So stay tuned for that.
So Redonkulous is
out. Bye, Rashad.
Thank you so much, y'all.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.
Can people say peace anymore?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. 100. There it is. 100.
All right. Later.
Bye.
1.